Welcome, Gentle Yoga. It's good to see you, YouTube. My name is Beth. Today we're going to partake in a gentle practice. Let's start to roll our wrists, mostly on our knees. So if we need a little extra cushioning for our knees, now's a great time to press pause and get yourself a blanket, or we can even fold over our yoga mat and use that as a pillow for our knees. So let's take a moment in tabletop, and then we're just going to bring our knees wide. We're going to exhale back to our first child's pose, being mindful to protect our neck here. So we can use our hands in any way, fists, hands, or if the forehead makes it to the earth, outstretch the hands. So let's take a few rounds of grateful breath in through the nose. Close down the back of the throat. And start to listen for your whisper exhale. One more round of grateful breath. Anytime we need a break, we'll find that child's pose or any posture that feels right. Let's find our tabletop structure of the pose. Wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Spread the hands wide. Let's find those muscles in our pelvic floor that we stop our urine flow with and start to draw those muscles up. Exhale, let's find our first cat. Soften the chin towards the chest and continue to keep that core strong. Drawing the belly button to the spine. Inhale, let's find our first cow. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then belly button and spine, taking all the way to our heart center. Notice gentle yoga. Our toes can be tucked if those feet, those arches, desire a stretch, or if our knees need more security, our toenails can be flattened to the earth. So our core is going to stay strong our entire practice. We're just warming up our spine here. We're beginning to bring gentle strength to our core, our chest, our shoulders, our arms. And we're connecting our movement to breath. So exhale when we round, and then take a little pause. Notice how that made you feel, and then inhale when we rise. With every round of breath today, we're going to connect to some form of gratitude. We're in a series of growing the positive mind with the practice of gratitude. One more flow. And in gentle yoga, let's find our forearms. And come back to cow or cat in any version. So talking about our joints, we should never experience pain in our joints. So especially our wrists, that's our weak link, right? So anytime we need a break from that weight bearing on our hands, we can come to our forearms. And be mindful whenever we're in our hands to spread those hands wide. Put space in between each finger. Push hard into the fingerprints and knuckles. Let's take one more flow and then maybe meet back in child's pose if that feels good. Knees wide, big toes might touch. We might be able to extend the arms only if the forehead is connected to something, the earth, or some type of support. Maybe shift those hips side to side if that feels good. Maybe roll the forehead. Then when we're ready, gentle yoga, find tabletop. Hands or forearms, you choose. Stack the joints, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. How you doing today? Breathe. Let's take the right leg and extend it back. And then notice we're going to keep the hips square. So if we need to take the edge off, we can put those right toes barely into the earth. Great. So we're taking our first little gentle stretch to that hip flexor. And then we'll draw the knee right under hip and then see what it feels like to take that left leg back. So it's not about how high we lift the leg. Find your option, right? So the leg is going no higher than the hip. We're keeping the hips square to the earth, right? Breathe, feel. And then maybe right leg back. Inhale, get long. Nice flex to that right foot. So we're drawing the toes towards the shin. The foot's nice and flat, so we're imagining we're pushing a wall away. Great job. Placing space in the breath, so it's a nice full inhale. Take a pause. Notice how that made you feel, and then exhale. And then maybe come back to a cat-cow. So we're gonna enter into what's called a free flow. Breathing, feeling, listening to your body. Listening to your breath. If the wrists need a break, we're back to forearms and then alternating. One leg at a time back. Finding the version, right, of the posture that feels good in your body. Gently inviting strength and warmth into the body. Tabletop, hands or forearms. We can take a lateral flexion to the spine. So we can take a peek over our left shoulder and then maybe lift the left hip. Oh, we feel some nice release to the neck, the low back. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, take a peek over the opposite shoulder. Breathe, feel, find your flow. In yoga, we inhale as we look or reach or extend towards the sky or ceiling, and we exhale as we round or draw towards the earth. So let's kind of find a couple more flows that feels right in your body. Gentle yoga. Anytime we find that back leg extended, if we want a little bit more, we might be able to bring the opposite arm extended. Notice thumb faces up, right? Spinal balance, a little bit of balance in the body, a lot more strength. Breathe, feel. Find the version that honors your body. So if it's too much to lift that opposite hand, keep the hands grounded, right? And then maybe we want to come to the hands. We keep the knees grounded. Breathe. Thumb opening opens up that shoulder. Feel. Yeah, notice when we lift a limb, whether it be a leg or an arm, or opposite, brings a lot more strength, balance to the body. Let's take 2 more flows. Whatever feels right in your body. Check in, child's pose. Maybe roll the wrists, open, close the hands. Gentle yoga. When we're ready, let's meet back tabletop. Structure of the pose, stack the joints. Hands or forearms, you choose. Breathe. Let's take that left leg, extend it back. We've been here before, right? We might bend the left knee and bring it to left elbow. Opening up the hips. Yeah, bringing a little bit more strength to the core. Inhale, get long. We might do this 4 more times if that feels right. Breathe, feel. Right, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, strengthen. Nice. Come back to your gratitude. Inhale. Nice stretch for that left hip flexor. Opening up that left hip. So notice, right? Find the forearms if the wrists need a break. Maybe 1 more flow. Great job. Connect back. Cat-cow. Exhale, round. So placing space in our breath, right? We're slowing our breath down, which helps to connect us to this moment. Helps to release stress and tension. Let's see how that feels, right? Right leg back. Check the wrists, right? If the wrists are bothering, it's time to find the forearms. Right knee to right elbow. Opening up the hip, breathe. Feel, So that Mula Bandha, Udai Bandha, that's that core drawing strong, that elevator action, right? Coming from the pelvic floor, belly button to spine, but breathe deeper. Belly button and spine to heart. We might take 3 more flows. Slow down, right? Really feel the feels here. Making adjustments to the posture. And then notice how we continue to move. We're making changes to the body. Child's pose. Let's roll out the wrists. Let's put a bend in the elbows. Open and close the hands. When we're ready, let's find our forearms, knees under hips. Shake out the head and the neck. Feel the shoulders soften down the back. And then let's take that right leg back. Extend, right? Breathe, feel maybe. Right knee to right elbow. Maybe we'll take that 4 more times. So our hands can be flat in the earth here, or we can be connected in the hands, right? If we're connected in the hands, really push hard into the knife edge of the fingers. Connect back to your breath. So see what feels best, right? And your shoulders, your elbows, make the adjustments. Maybe 1 more flow. And then tuck that right knee under. Let's take a cat-cow from the forearms. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Really scoop the core strong. Take a pause. Inhale. Pause in gratitude, right? Soften the shoulders, lift the corners of the lips. Find something you're grateful for about this moment. Exhale, round. Inhale, rise. And then check back in. Neutral spine, shoulders back and down. Left leg long, inhale. Exhale. Left knee, left elbow, maybe 4 more times. So remember, you can rest when you need, right? Build in that strength. Shoulders, chest, opening up the hips. So stretching the front of the hip, opening the hip, letting go of tension. Lots of strength in the core. One more flow, maybe, and we might meet in child's pose. Great job. So we can go extended child's pose, or maybe fallen leaf. So arms come alongside the body, palms face up, shoulders melt. Open and close the hands, breathe. When we're ready to come back, structure of the pose, tabletop, stack the joints. Hands or forearms, right? Breathe, feel, listen to the body. Let's take that left hand and just start to reach it through underneath the right. We're gonna flow here, core is strong. And then we're gonna inhale, opening up, left hand maybe to low back, right? So we might take this 4 more times, a little gentle rotation to the spine. Strength. To the core, stretch and strength to the obliques. Yeah, a lot of strength to the chest and that one shoulder that's supporting the body, right? Breathe, feel. Maybe 2 more flows. Nice job. Take your time. And then let's check in. Child's pose, extended or fallen leaf. You choose. Gentle yoga. When you're ready, structure of the pose. Stack the joints, find your tabletop. Soften the shoulders back and down. Breathe. Core is so strong. Feel. Let's take that right hand and thread it through the left. How you doing? Core is so strong. Inhale, open up. Right hand over low back. Exhale. Yeah, maybe 4 more times. Flow with your breath. Gentle yoga, burning, shaking, trembling in the muscles is a good thing, right? So we might notice that left shoulder, that left tricep, right? Trembling, shaking, even getting warm, that's okay, right? Burning, shaking in our muscles, it's a good thing. Pain in our joints, that's a warning sign to change the pose up or maybe rest. Great job. Let's check in, tabletop. Spread the hands wide, tuck the toes. We might find our first downward facing dog. So we might find a wide leg down dog. So we might just heel toe these feet out all the way to the edge of our sticky mat. This turns the down dog a little bit more restorative, takes the edge off our hamstrings. Breathe. If there's any rounding in the low back, soften the knees just a bit, right? So we want the spine long, shake out the head and the neck, soften the shoulders away from the ears, and then draw the shoulder blades gently together. Now stay very active in the hands and the core. Breathe deeper. So we're in a mini inversion. Blood and oxygen's flowing to our brain. If we do not feel good here, heel toe those feet back together and then find the knees. That's our way out. We might send our hips side to side if that feels good. 2 more rounds of whisper breath. Nice release, low back hamstring. So we're getting really strong in the upper back, the arms, the shoulders, the core. When we're ready, let's heel toe those feet back under, and then find the knees. And then take your rest. Child's pose, extended fallen leaf, or any posture that feels good. Roll the wrists, open, close the hands, and pause for a moment here. And just flow some grateful breaths in through the nose. When we're ready, let's come back. Hands or forearms, structure of the pose. Stack the joints. Breathe. Leg back. Inhale. Exhale. Right knee to right hip. And then let's alternate. Left leg long. Inhale. Soften the shoulders. Check the neck. It's nice and neutral. Chin is nowhere near the chest. So notice how we revisit these postures, how we start to notice little changes in the body. Alternate so we're equal and even. Staying active in those hands. If we're on the hands, right? Listen for the wrists. So we're scanning those joints for pain. If there's pain, we're making adjustment. We're finding our forearms or we're simply resting. Great job. We might take 2 more flows. Lots of strength in the core. And then yogi's choice. Take your rest in child's pose, or we might find downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale. So if we like that wide-legged, we could heel toe those feet out. Draw the rib cage a little bit closer to the spine. Let's let go of tension in the neck, so gently shake the head. And the neck, no, and then maybe yes. And bring that head and neck back to neutral. Long exhale here. Notice how we're feeling, right? We still feel good here. Maybe 2 more rounds of breath. We're in wide-legged and we want to come out, heel toe those feet together from the knees, softly to the earth. 1 more round of whisper breath. When you're ready, heel toe, heel toe. Find your child's pose. Two more rounds of grateful breath. When we're ready, gentle yoga. We'll gently transition tabletop. Send those hips to the side. Just taking some water, roll the wrists. How you doing? Let's stay active in the core. And we're gonna find what's called staff position. So we're gonna outstretch those legs. Really find our sit bones. And then once again, come back to that active core. Elevator style action, right? Drawing up from the pelvic floor. Belly button to spine. Spine and belly button all the way to heart center. Notice the length in the spine. Let's take that left foot and bring it to the inner thigh, right? So we've prepped our hips for this opening. And then we might start to gently hinge from our hips. We're going to stay really long in our spine. And we might stay here for 5 rounds of breath, right? Finding our sinking breath, which means we're really going to start to lengthen our exhale without forcing, right? And then notice where we're holding the most tension. So that might be in our right hamstring, it might be in our low back, it might be somewhere in this left hip, inner thigh, right? Could be something going on in the mind and the heart. So the practice is noticing, right? Mind-body awareness. Noticing where you're holding the tension and then bringing your breath in and then drawing that long exhale to wherever you need the release. That long exhale signals to our nervous system, literally, that it's time to release tension. Maybe 3 more rounds of breath. We might be able to come deeper, right? Listen to your body. Stretching should never feel painful, right? Tension, yes, we should feel something here, but not pain. 1 more round. Beautiful. When we're ready, let's switch staff position. Right leg into the inner thigh. Check in. Core is strong. Breathe. Start to hinge from the hips. Spine is long. Check the neck. Soften the shoulders. So that left foot is active. Toenails drawing to the shin. That helps to deepen that stretch. All the way down the calf. Yes. I'm going to quiet down 5 rounds of long breath. Connect to wherever you have the most tension and use your breath, right, to bring the release. safely. So we're gonna take one knee with us. Doesn't matter which. Opposite hand's gonna help. Core is strong, right? Belly button to spine. Breathe. Come back so slow, right? Use the strength at the core. We need more help. Use the forearm. Come back so slow. Draw the belly button in. And once we find our backs, let's head both knees into the chest. Low back, hips. Notice the entire spine, releasing tension into the earth. And then let's place our feet flat into the earth. Let's inhale, both arms out, wide, palms face up. And then let's exhale our left hand across our chest. So we're gonna keep that left arm low to keep that left shoulder down. Breathe, right? We're gonna use that right hand to help the stretch. So our right hand can either be on our forearm or the back of the tricep. We're just gonna avoid the elbow joint. Stretch for that left shoulder, feel. Stay with that sinking breath, that long exhale. We're allowing tension to leave the body, right, and check in. Notice there's equal weight in the back of the skull, and then trace that all the way down the spine to the tailbone. And then you might be able to come in a little bit deeper to the stretch. Make any adjustments to the posture. 3 more rounds of breath. When we're ready, let's open up those arms, capital T style. Inhale, palms face up. Exhale, left arm comes across the chest. Being mindful to keep that left arm low, or the right arm low, I should say. Right arm across the chest. Softening the right shoulder, breathe. So we're breathing into that rear deltoid and the right shoulder, that back of the shoulder, feel. And then check back in, right? Mind-body awareness, equal weight in the back of the skull. Breathe all the way down the cervical spine, the mid-back, the low back, all the way out the tailbone, and then breathe in again, so deep. Inhale. Pause the breath, and then exhale all the way down the spine. So whatever tension you're holding on to, imagine it leaving out that tailbone, right? Mind's eye, see it leave. Do that again, 3 more times. Gentle yoga. When we're ready, let's open up those arms wide, palms face up. Breathe so deep. And then we might exhale, knees to the chest. Notice if the tailbone's connected to the earth. If it is, it might feel really nice to gently rock side to side. If the tailbone's lifted, hold the stretch in place, and maybe just bring movement to the ankles, the toes, maybe even the face. Flat to the earth. Let's take the left leg, cross it over, flex that left foot, right? Toes to shin, breathe. Figure 4, we might reach through to that right leg, and then we're gonna use that left elbow to gently guide the left knee out. Deep stretch in the left hip, the left glute, breathe. Nice release for the low back, feel. Stay with that long exhale. Inhale gratitude. Exhale tension. Two more rounds of whisper breath. Core stays strong. That helps to protect the stretch. We have these tendons and ligaments that run through our hips. So we want to stay here in the moment, connected to core and breath. When we're ready, let's gently break from the stretch. Exhale. Put those knees into the chest. And then let's take a switch. Let's place both feet flat into the ground. Right leg crosses over. Activate that right foot. Flat foot, toes draw to the shin, breathe. Core is strong. Reach through to the left. Hamstring, use that right. Elbow to guide. That right knee out, breathe. Check back, right? Back of the skull. Equal and even into the earth. Right? That exhale all the way down the back. Scan the spine. And then come back, breathe. If we have a lot of tension in that right hip, breathe in so deep. Draw that long exhale through that right hip. Two more rounds of whisper breath. Gentle yoga. Once you're complete, break from the figure four, hug the knees into the chest. So we're going to start to prepare for our final relaxation. Take any final movement your body craves. And then we're going to allow the body to relax exactly where it needs to be. So if that's on your back, stay on your back. Maybe it's child's pose, maybe it's on the belly. Right? So just start to look into the body. Final relaxation. Our meditation is our most important part of our practice. So I'm going to cue us there, and then I'm going to exit out of the meditation. I encourage you to stay here at least 5 minutes, longer if you can. Do this as often as you can. So we're going to take a final round of grateful breaths. Connect to your gratitude. Breathe in so deep. Something you're grateful for. And then open your mouth. A long, loud, emptying exhale. Maybe do that one more time if that felt good. Grateful breath. Breathe it in. Yes, from our backs or from easy seated, palms face up. I want you now to find your most natural state of breath that happens automatically. Let go of the fancy breath. Let go of the core engagement. Allow everything in the body to soften from scalp to toes. And then at any time you notice a distraction, whether it's by myself signing out, by a thought in your own head, acknowledge your distraction, but keep it brief. And then draw your mind back to your most natural state of breath. Do that as many times as it takes until peace eventually will settle in. Thanks for joining in on YouTube. I'm grateful for you until I see you again.